let's go to the last topic of the show, Josh's topic, because I think Josh is gonna really enjoy this one.
Jacob, I'm gonna
Biggest
record that. That was, oh man.
biggest f ups of
What'd
2016.
that
The
do?
worst releases, worst everything.
Well,
Worst games
okay,
of
we'll call it
2016.
biggest letdowns.
No,
games that
worst games.
generally had a lot of hype.
Okay, biggest letdowns.
No,
Okay,
why?
whatever.
No. Biggest letdowns. Just, there's a lot of bad games out there.
All right.
I haven't played most of them, so. Biggest letdowns. I mean, there's two. There's one gigantic one. We obviously stare at it in the face a lot. Goes back to Ubisoft. Good old Division.
That's all a mile away, by the way.
Major
So,
hype on that game.
thank you, Anthony.
I don't. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. Major hype on that game. Major mediocrity. Major not that much fun.
I could have told you.
Maybe it was just
the moment I saw that game at fucking E3, when they said like, oh yeah, someone could be like even though I don't think it was in the end game, but when they were talking about someone playing on their iPad and being interactive like that, I was like, I can't get on. I can't. There's no. Stop there.
They pulled some good old marketing BS with that one.
Stop there.
And
And
then
have just a
special
video
shout
game.
out to. I'm gonna bring this up, but No Man's Sky. You'll see it at a lot of like number ones
Oh,
of
don't
most
break my
biggest
heart.
letdowns of 2016, which is actually really sad because the game itself, there's really not much wrong with it. It's just that the hype, there was so much misinformation generated by who knows who.
But that's kind of Sony's fault as well. Like when I was working at Walmart,
It's not Sony's fault. That
No, it
was
was
Hello
Sony's
Games' fault. That was the publisher's fault.
No, I think because it's Hello Games is Sony though, but I think
No, they're not. They're not.
I know, Josh.
No,
Josh.
they're third party.
I know they're third party, but like Sony, like this because like it was an exclusive really on for the PlayStation. I know it was available on the PC, right?
It was available on the PC. And
Okay,
yes, it was
so,
a PlayStation.
But the way the reps that I worked with, they sold like I was like, okay, this game looks legit. Like the way he sold it to me, and like I was like, it seemed very
Yep.
Sony DNA, like a way of like hyping up a game, like the way he just stated everything, like the algorithm and stuff, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this makes sense. Like I'm an Xbox player, I'm kind of making it interesting, but I'm not gonna play it on release. I'm gonna see what other people say, and lo and behold. But like I think
Yeah, if you
I
take
think-
it for what it is, it's alright.
yeah, yes, take it for what it is. Definitely, I think if for a person that like fucking just like likes exploring shit, definitely a game for you. Definitely a game for you. For someone that's
That's
like
pretty much all you can do.
yeah, but like for someone that's like, oh, we can do this and that and I was like, no, you can't just shoot shit. You can't just like be a fucking Call of Duty fucking idiot and go play this game. No. But is there anything else we want to say about No Man's Sky?
Nope. No, I'll
The
leave
only
it. I just
thing
wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Wrong with No Man's Sky is that all the
Here we go.
promotion stuff that they did showed this ideal scenario. So like all the planets that they showed, the animals that they showed, just like the like lush like environments and such. The problem is that so like and then people get the game and like they get dropped on a desolate planet in the beginning, like pretty much everyone does. And then they're like, oh, well, where's these like huge expansive worlds that are all, all these like beautiful colors and all these crazy animals and stuff like that. But I mean, those things do exist in the game. The problem is that you have a low probability of actually running it, of like having the right circumstances to run into
They
it.
actually
Like
pulled some
I've
pretty
I've
good
been on
marketing
many
voodoo on
planets.
that as well.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I've been on a whole,
Yeah.
hundreds of planets probably in that game, and like those planets do exist. They're just few and far between. You have to push through. You have to grind through the exploration, and you will find them. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
So, Jacob, what's your biggest disappointment in 2016? I'm curious.
Personally, I know it's very well received from a critical standpoint. I was very disappointed with Overwatch.
Fair enough.
Also, the Division. I know we talked a little bit about the Division earlier.
that
game
one's
was
too
a bit of a
obvious.
letdown, but Overwatch for me. I think. I don't know. I felt that the balancing was poor.
I felt like they just copied
I
and
don't know,
pasted like
just,
formulas from like
maybe just like
Destiny,
just wasn't.
and like I was like, what the? Am I playing Destiny in third person? But like in like I guess
Destiny.
reality.
Oh, come on. No,
No, like the
no,
weapon drops and
that's
everything, and I was like, what the fuck am I? Like I felt like Destiny.
weapon drops.
I'm sorry,
Weapon drops.
like
What are you
like
talking
you might not see comparisons like how I'm seeing it, but I'm like I see like when I go to like a merchant guy, and I'm like, am I like this feels like Destiny to me. This very much feels like Destiny. I'm sorry.
You're talking about the Division?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Overwatch. I'm
I
like,
thought you were talking
what?
about Overwatch too. I was like,
No,
what
yeah,
are you
I'm like,
talking about?
No, I threw my 2 cents in for
yeah.
the Division, and then I'm now
Oh, okay,
Overwatch.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay. So I was actually gonna make that comparison. I totally see it. Yes, I
Yeah.
kind of agree. It's similar, but not quite the same.
Overwatch. I think too many companies are trying to make this kind of game. I think that's what I feel too. Like there was Battleborn. There's an old game called
I
Team
disagree with you on
Fortress.
that one. Everyone
I think
knows
they
what
were
Team
just trying to
Fortress
recreate
is.
an idea and try to make it their own. And I get it. I really accept like the character like creations and stuff, but I just feel like it wasn't that fun. That game was built for like
I guess
for like
ultimately what it's up to is
esports.
fun,
That's
right?
what it really was. I felt like that game was built for esports so that they can make more money by like, oh look, these professional people are playing this game. And I felt that's what like my vibe from it.
I'm gonna disagree with you there, dude, but that's okay.
I thought that was probably part of their marketing around the game too. I just personally, that's what if someone pitched me this idea for this game, I'm like, okay, what else can we do with it outside of like selling it as a new Blizzard game? Like, oh yeah, we can make it an esports thing too. And I was like, fuck, let's go, because the lifespan of that game increases when you make it an esports type like kind of game.
I feel like that game is it's all right to watch, but I just found it dreadful to play. It just wasn't that fun.
Well, I'll disagree with. I thoroughly enjoyed Overwatch. So.
I liked it like when we played with each other, but you can't play that game by yourself either. And that thing that
I thought the class roles were really creative. Well, I mean that's up to the individual whether they are capable of playing it by themselves or not.
Yeah.
That's not really up to the game.
like I know your brother would probably enjoy that game because he can talk to total strangers and get along with them. But for me, I'm like this is our core group that we play with. I don't want to play anything like that has like a game like that without you guys. You know what I mean?
Reload. Oh.
But let's move on. Let's get to another game. I think we can all agree that FIFA 17 was a big letdown. Just saying. No, I think gameplay wise, and there's a lot of things. We'll go into another topic with other modes. I did a thing about FIFA 17 on it. It was In and Out, even though In and Out's for like music now, but go ahead and check that out. A reason why. But Jacob, you do make up good points on I guess like with the Ultimate Team and like the different things they added to it. Like yes, that was killer, yes. But I think they put too much effort into the journey. And I think they should have put more effort into other things before they even made the journey. And I think like I'm gonna give them this year, but I think the gameplay there's nothing to explain about anything how anything works really. I feel like, and I feel like we haven't gotten clear enough answers for it, and especially what happened last year with like those inform ratings and like the thing they discovered. I don't think that really like helped them out like with this version because I feel like I still don't get things that are explained to me. Why things are the way they are.
I think that was more of an error than anything. I don't know that was.
It's still, I think the game's still a big letdown for me. It just they don't put enough effort in this game, even though it's a yearly title. There's obvious things to fix and to add that I don't know why they haven't done it over this
I think you should change that even though in that sentence into a because they don't put much effort to it because it's a yearly title.
Yeah, but like
That's
like I said, they
more
made the journey. That's what I'm saying. Like why don't you just fix the obvious things first before you add this feature that they really marketed around, and they still are. Like when you see a FIFA commercial, it's the journey, and I feel like people might have liked it, but I didn't want to give it a chance, and I'm not going to until they fix the obvious things.
Yeah, I think FIFA newcomers would enjoy it, but yeah, you FIFA veterans over there probably.
Yeah.
You're obviously not going
I
to.
felt
like
it
I
was
said,
a bit of a waste of
exciting.
time.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like there's efforts that they. Oh gosh, Josh, I just saw you get murdered. I
What a
recorded.
shot!
Oh god,
What a
sniper no
shot!
snipey, please. But yeah, I think that was a big letdown for me. That just that alone, just saying those things, I think for someone that's played it, but that's like a personal thing. That's personal. That's more personal. Is there any other games out there that we want to mention?
Give me a hot minute here. I think there was one more I wanted to say.
Guy at A, while you're thinking.
Hmm?
There's a guy about to arm A, I think.
Oh.
Oh, I'm about to die. Oh, I'm alive.
Nah, you know what? I mean, there's plenty of letdowns, but I think we could just leave it there. I think that's good enough.
Oh,
Okay,
I think
so
those are the big ones. So.
now this one's gonna be two questions, but it applies like kind of like the same.
cannot compute.
This one you can explain yourself a little bit more because we have a little bit more time and we're good on this. Now we're good on time.
Right.
Alright.
Out of the big three, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, who's gonna have the worst year next year, or is gonna be the biggest letdown
Worst
next year?
year.
Out of the big three.
Well, we all pretty much said the best year would go to Microsoft.
Mhm.
So
That leaves two options.
yeah, so that leaves Sony or Nintendo. Personally, and you guys won't like me for it, and honestly, it's because I'm kind of an outsider to the whole thing. I think Nintendo is just gonna get crushed hard. I think it's over. I think the writing's on the wall.
Oh, this guy's trying to take the bridge down, dude. What a dick.
They're just very set in their ways, and I don't
Mhm.
think they've shown any signs of attempting to change. And it's not that the Switch will be fundamentally bad. It's just that Nintendo will like bury it on their own.
I
Their own
think
shovel.
I think
Called first party exclusivity, and they're just gonna just murder it. Poor marketing. Poor PR.
well-
I think Nintendo will probably like I think critically they'll probably get the worst year next year.
And the sad thing is they used to be trendsetters, but now they're kind of seen as stoic. Not stoic.
But
What's
I
the
think
word
I
I'm looking
disagree
for?
with that.
I think Sony will have
I
the
disagree with
worst
that a
year
lot.
next year though.
Sure, I mean they're making a console that's handheld, that's portable. That's really
It's
cool.
not for lack of trying for them to be a trendsetter, though. I mean, like, look at the Nintendo Wii, the motion and all that. Like, that was trendsetting. The Wii U with the gamepad,
Yeah.
like the extra screen.
It's transcending in
Okay,
a way,
so-
but
so we
like you
could
gotta add
say-
to it though. I think you gotta continue to like add games.
Yeah,
like,
so
games
we
that
could
make
say
it, like,
in
compelling,
certain
like,
ways.
make it sense. Like why you're why these sticks are or why they have these kind of controllers. And I feel like the Nintendo Wii controller, it's absolute garbage. I think probably the worst controller
Oh,
I think
yeah.
anyone's ever invented. Like I get like oh yeah,
But I mean,
I think they give people ideas on like how to do stuff, but I don't think it really. I don't think
This-
motion control stuff in video games or consoles has done successfully like at all like really like amazing. Like I get like the Wii Sports did like that was like probably the most game like any out of like anyone because like everyone in their family played that game, but like it didn't really do anything like I think to like progress anything. Like it didn't like we had the Kinect after that, and then we had like the what PlayStation had their own thing. But I don't think it like. I think that's what I'm trying to make you understand. I guess what Josh is saying. I don't know if that's helping at all. But I
I
think
mean, I definitely I understand, I guess, but it's not for lack of trying. Like that.
yeah, but they do try. Yeah, but I feel like they take a step forward, but they also take a two steps back. Like they always do that. I feel like they always do that. They always take this is something cool that we're doing, but like they take two steps back. Well, like you can't really buy it like on launch because it's like really gonna hard to find or to buy, and it's not gonna be amazing. Or like I like Smash Bros. I felt like it was fun, but like that game like we only really play it because when like we're all together and stuff like actually in like the same room. But when we play online gaming, like we're playing this, you know what I mean? I think
so from an outsider's perspective, I have no incentive to even attempt to want to play the Nintendo. There's nothing that draws me towards it.
There's nothing
I
wrong
can't
with
say
that.
I
It's
have
just
much.
personal
You
taste.
guys have much more experience. You guys have much more experience with Nintendo. You guys know much more about it than I do.
I mean,
And
did
that's
you have a
why, just
64
looking
though?
at it, I see.
Or did you not have a
No,
64?
I've
Okay, you
never
didn't.
owned a
No,
Nintendo
he was a
console
PlayStation
Besides the
boy.
DS.
like a Game Boy like Color
Okay.
and the DS, yeah. And I've had no drive, nothing has even remotely convinced me that I should go try out a Nintendo.
See,
I
I think
consider
you just
myself
like
a pretty avid game player.
you are the perfect example of what's wrong with Nintendo right now.
Yeah, because they
Because
lost you.
Nintendo is living on nostalgia. Like Nintendo is only
Right. That
alive
yeah,
because of nostalgia.
and that's why I
Like
was
they're
saying
not
they're
drawing in
kind
new
of
people.
yeah, they're kind of set in their way a little bit. They're not. Yeah, you said it well. I don't need to
Okay.
get on to that.
Well, let's go into what Jacob. Since Josh said Nintendo, do you think it's going to be Nintendo or you think it's going to be Sony? I guess.
I think that Sony has the greatest potential for failure.
Yeah, that would be the
think-
reasoning why I think Sony would
yeah,
be
I
it.
can see that.
I think that the PlayStation Pro is just like there's no they didn't even convince their own fan base that like it's worth dropping another like few $100s on a new to like upgrade their console. Like they really, I think the Pro is like their first major misstep since the release of the PlayStation 4.
Or
Yeah,
next
it
gen.
kind of
It's
has
really-
been. They haven't really.
I think that yeah, I mean they had a flawless launch. I mean they have like 50 million PS4s out there these
they
days.
definitely have a lot more demand than Xbox, or at least they did. Though I think recent months Xbox has kind of been pulling further apart.
It's important to note that those numbers are just in the US.
That's true.
Like for example, like Japan, for example, like no one buys an Xbox in Japan.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that PlayStation 4 is still like 100% dominating Europe as well. But Nintendo is catching up in the US, and I think like that just shows that Sony has messed up with their marketing.
With that.
And I think that like depending on how good or bad the whole Pro thing goes over the long run, I don't know, like it could Microsoft could like really gain some ground back if Sony doesn't right the ship quickly. And for me, I've always thought personally that like the Sony exclusives, there's not a Sony exclusive for me personally that's a console seller. I've never what I've seen and played of Uncharted is doesn't grab me that much. I never played The Last of Us.
Oh, you're missing. That's a dream. That's
So there's just a
honestly-
bunch of like games that I don't know.
Oh.
Like I feel like they don't have the equivalent of a Gears of War or of a Halo. So I don't know. I think they have the potential of the worst year of the three. of them.
So going into mine, I think Sony, if these things happen, but either they can have the worst year or they can have the best year out of anyone next year. If they have the best year, is if Scorpio and all of Microsoft's ideas fail, and also if I just died. If Nintendo's idea just like totally flops, they can have the best year without even doing anything big, without even having like a big title release next year, and just sit there and just be Sony, and like obviously maybe they'll fix things about the Pro, and how they should market it and stuff, but. They can have
You just got annihilated.
they can have the best year or the worst year. If they have the worst year, is that everything for for Microsoft and Nintendo to have like everything goes solid, to where the Nintendo Switch is well received, to where Scorpio is well received and like the price point happens. But I think Microsoft. Okay, so for Jacob, obviously for personal preference, there's not a title out there, but like obviously in most people's eyes, I think what's it called? They probably have right now. People are probably saying like they have a better exclusive lineup than Xbox.
Sony's marketing and PR has given them like a distinct advantage.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
Microsoft
That's
in the
what I'm
past.
saying. Like I said, they make games feel like they're only on the PlayStation, but Microsoft needs to do that as well, or make things like that like not a thing. And also, I think they need to not rely on the Halo and Gears of War so much. And I think they do need to have that kind of exclusive title that's gonna bring them. I think Quantum Break could have been that title. They're kind of like, I guess, Uncharted in a way, but I felt like it didn't do that. But I feel like
I'd
they
just
need
like
to
to
have.
point
I would
out to
compare
the
Quantum
crowd
Break
here
more to
that we got absolutely
Sorry,
shit on in this game.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Sorry.
Um,
I just wanted to point
I
that
would
out.
compare Quantum Break
Please.
more to The Last Guardian than
yeah.
I would Uncharted.
Yeah, but I meant like I think they're like they wanted to have like a title that was like not Gears or not Halo and more like I felt like it was more story driven.
That's true. Yeah.
But
I think
also
just with what you've. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
yeah, it was just real quick, yeah, and then I think Microsoft needs to just haven't like they just need to not rely on these titles that have been with them since the Xbox 360 and Xbox. I think they need to have something new and fresh. And I think they need to really update like with their indie stuff, with their game, their I guess arcade, if you want to say, like area. Like they need to promote that stuff to be like we have this available, and like they don't. I feel like they don't do that as much. I feel like they do it for like E3. They do it for like that 5 minutes of that conference, but I think they need to expand that more. How Sony's doing it, and how I feel like Sony's
They need to
more...
be careful though, because Jacob, I think it was you that gave me the stat, but Steam. 40% of all Steam games on Steam that are available have like arrived. What was it within
Yeah,
the
that was
past
the last
like 3
time
months?
we hung out. Yeah, you said that.
It was just
The
2016
insane
in
amount
general.
of like shovelware that has been
Like
loaded
yeah,
into
almost
Steam.
half
The
of the
amount
Steam
of
store
crap.
released in 2016.
But like,
Yeah,
but
the
I
amount
want
of
a game on the
garbage.
Xbox is like we have our own exclusive like Journey in a way, or our own like that kind of.
Well, there's
game.
there's Inside. It's not an exclusive.
Yeah, but that's what I meant.
think
Like,
the
I want
Inside,
to
think,
like
is
have
really
that
good.
thing. Like, okay, you're a Sony. Like when I go into like a conversation with the Sony guy, like I want to be like, oh, we have this. Like, oh yeah, all you guys have is Halo and Gears. I'm like, yeah, but those are good titles. They're like, but they don't see it that way. I think we need a...
Honestly, I'd wish they'd honestly just ditch exclusives if we lived in a perfect world.
Yeah,
but
perfect
that
world,
ain't
yes,
gonna
definitely, but we don't, because like I feel like they just need to invest their money in the right places too, like in those kind of studios that are gonna make it exclusive. They let them take their time, don't let them rush it, and like don't overdo things. Just get it right. Just
Well, Sony kind of has the trump card with Naughty Dog. I
yeah.
think Naughty Dog's been like a real like load bearer, if you will, for Sony.
But
I
that's
think
pretty,
they've carried a lot of the exclusives.
And then Nintendo, yeah, I think but I don't think they will change their kind of old ways.
Is this a new
But,
map? This is a new map.
yeah, it's still with the
Yeah,
Zeppelin.
this is the Shadow of the Giant or whatever. The one thing about what you've said so far, Radia, that I would like counter anyway, is that I think that we've reached the point with Nintendo that how good or bad Nintendo does with the Switch will have no impact on Microsoft or Sony. Like, what we're talking about, like what it's come to.
Yeah, I get that.
like-
I totally get that. But I meant like good year, like, oh man, like this is how many units we sold. Not I'm saying like, oh, we're gonna compare each other. I'm just saying like, I want like
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think like in their own terms, or not in their own terms, but like what critically, like people are like, wow, Nintendo had an amazing year. They did this and that. They did this well. They did that well. Like that's what I mean. Like they're gonna have. I think what I'm trying to say is like I hope they have more pluses than Sony, in a way, or Microsoft. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like
because
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I totally I get
like,
that.
The reality
counter,
is that like it's like people what Nintendo is now is like someone owns an Xbox or owns a PlayStation or owns both, and then if Nintendo's doing well, they also own a Nintendo.
Yeah.
There's not a scenario where they buy it like Nintendo is a primary console anymore. It's not. It's just not anymore.
Yeah. But I want them, like I said, like if they have a good year where they have enough pluses to where they're driving sales and stuff. That's what I want. Like, I get it. Like I want my nephews and nieces to play in the Nintendo like I did. But like,
Yeah.
are we gonna get that? That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So let's go into my last question. Even though this will be the last quick question, in one
It
sentence.
seems like we have like 3 last questions.
I know. In one sentence, why? For this question and what the title of the game, what game next year is going to be the biggest letdown? With one sentence of why.
Oof.
So real
Letdown?
quick, this is the last one.
I talked this up a whole bunch, but I think it's got to be Assassin's Creed. It just the entire fate of Assassin's Creed rests on whatever their next story is.
Okay.
And it could be the biggest letdown.
Josh. Is Josh even there? Josh is not there. Is Josh there?
He doesn't want to answer your silly question.
So, I guess Josh is not going to answer the question. His mic is not working at the moment, but he is moving. He's right ahead of me. He's moving. He's not answering the question. He's probably trying to figure out what's going on with his mic or something. Or he probably just like thinks we all left or something. So mine will be, I think my biggest letdown next year will probably be FIFA again. And it'll probably be the last FIFA I buy if they don't get it right next year. So that's a simple one for me. If they don't get it right, I'm done. And that's actually saying a lot, but it's whatevs. But that has been the Jacob and Me podcast. Thank you, Josh, for being on with us and giving us some cool insight on games. Thank you, Jacob, for being here as well. I'm Richard Rodillo. Go ahead and check out everything else we do, like In and Outs, Video Game Daily, which will return this when we release this podcast on YouTube, and eventually we'll get this on SoundCloud and like iTunes stuff as well. And go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and follow us on social media if we have one available there. There should be like a thing that pops up on the screen. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys till next time. Say bye, Jacob.
Goodbye.
And
I got my mic working.
Oh wow!
Goodbye.
Okay.
Apologize.
We'll get Josh's answer. Well, like next time we'll have Josh and we'll have him answer that one. We'll probably do a PC one maybe. Maybe next week we'll have you back on and we'll do a PC's one or something like
I
that.
like that.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Stir the pot a little bit.